this is functionality of deep breath simulator. Almost everything that you see is possible to change. So we can, for example, change gender, and immediately we see how lung volumes are changing. So let's change height also, and let's say age and weight will be the same. Okay, let's reduce weight a little bit also. So we can start spontaneous breathing. So here we see pressure, flow, volume curves and airway pressure, and we can also add now to see muscle pressure. So we calculate parameters also, and here we see PV loop. We can change PAMAS. When we change something, we need to update. And for example, like inspiration time also can be increased, and respiratory rate can be decreased, for example. So immediately we see changes both in the calculate parameters and waveforms. Then we can change lung condition. So we have several preset like RDS and COPD. It will be more soon, but now we have only two, and potentially we can set manual settings for compliance, critical pressure, airway open pressure of alveoli, resistance of lung, and its external circuit like tube or mainly tube resistance and compliance. We see two compliance, maximum and minimum, because like in reality alveoli have a little bit different compliance. So mainly maybe we will change it in future, make it more simple, but now if for example you want to set something like 55, you need to add 100 plus 10 and divide by 2. So for example, let's do now more ARDS lung. So let's reduce maximum compliance. Critical pressure, let's stay the same. And for example, okay, resistance also no change. We click update, and immediately we see that tidal volume reduced significantly. So with the same effort, much less airway pressure change, or much less volume. So really it's more difficult. So we need to add something. Like for example, let's start with CPAP. Let's make update. So tidal volume increased a little bit. On the second breath, because of more alveolar recruitment, it's a little bit increasing, but still it's not enough. So let's add pressure control, continuous mandatory ventilation, and let's update. And now we see that there is no muscle effort because we didn't set it here, so there is no regular effort. And this is just normal ventilation. So we also can change different parameters like PEEP and like for example driving pressure. This is sensitivity for triggered breaths, and also it already makes sense to increase resistance of upper airway. And let's make update. So yeah, now it looks this way. And now, for example, we want to add some regular effort. Let's say we don't change anything. Yeah, now it looks this way. So it's a little bit early trigger, so reverse triggering, and we already reproduced some asynchrony. So let's make now respiratory rate less. Okay, let's make it 10, and patient's effort more frequent, just to try to reach. Yeah, and we get patient trigger breaths with partly work shifting. So, but this is exactly what we want to achieve. Let's reduce a little bit inspiration time to simulate, for example, like late cycling. Yeah, so we see increase in flow, in pressure, and something here in flow that it also looks like late cycling. So let's change it back. So reduce inspiration time and increase inspiration time of pressure control. We hope to simulate early cycling. Oh, sorry, I missed it. So I wanted to make it otherwise. So I again make it a little more early cycling. Update. Now let's reduce more. And we see that it's always calculation, always done. Yeah, so we see here is simulation of early cycling, so exactly how it should be. Yeah, so we already reproduced two types of asynchronies. And I think this is quite interesting. We can do this in volume control mode also. A little bit different parameters. So we set here tidal volume, we set here flow pattern, inspiratory pause. Let's say make it this way. And yeah, we can reproduce different types of asynchronies. So we can then, for example, see how it will look with different resistance and compliance. So it's also possible to validate, verify. Yeah, one more. So this is we see that severe flow starvation with in this case. So something not very good, I guess. Yeah. What else? One more functionality. We can add, so we can change a regular effort to one-time effort. So the point is specifically to reproduce asynchrony. So for example, I can set PEMAS, I can set inspiration time and start time. So when since the start of ventilation, ventilator breath, patient will start the effort. So if I click here 0, it will be at the same time as patient before, as ventilator. So patient and ventilator start simultaneously, and like now they will end simultaneously. So pure work shifting. So very easy. We can make it more severe, also to see how it will look, etc. And that's one of the option. We can make inspiration time a little bit longer. We see that like everything very fast and easy. So start time like this, and for example inspiration time very short. And let's update. So now we simulated reverse triggering, like early trigger. So because initially ventilator starts and then patient, and we can do this in any mode, and to see how it will look. So we see here there is no change in flow, and here we see change in flow, so because it's different mode of ventilation and similar change in pressure. So this is what possible to validate. If we click here, for example, for 2 seconds and reduce pressure support, I guess we will simulate an effect for 4 cycle. Yeah, we did it. So that's what we want to achieve. I can click here 0.5, so it will be a little bit later. And yeah, it also an effect for 4 cycles. So that's how it usually looks. And for example, we can try to fix it with, for example, reducing pressure trigger. Let's try. will it be successful? No, because in one time of work it can be pressure triggered, patient triggered. Yeah, but now it's patient triggered bread because sensitivity is very low. We plan to add other things like cardiac oscillations, leakage, flow trigger, and other parameters. So that's everything in our plan. But right now, it is already possible to simulate many different cases, and we want you to try as much as possible to see how things work for you. What can we improve to get your feedback? So this is what we're looking for. Thanks a lot for your attention. Please write us in direct messages on our website. Share your insights, your requests, your needs. Let's do things together.